Hello.
There he is.
Euan!
Hello.
Jesus. That was loud.
Not Jesus,
Oh.
Euan.
Hi. I can take Jesus too.
It's Jesus and Euan. They are the same person.
Of course.
Please save us from Al doing the football results.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
Brentford 1.
Oh, God.
Watford 2.
God.
It's like the worst Billy printer in the world.
Like a fax machine.
Yeah.
Got that old paper, with the dots on it that pulls around the side.
Proper It's a wrestling, yeah?
Yeah, wrestling.
Welcome to the Conquistabores. Tonight, join the Conquistabores as they cross the brand divide for SummerSlam 2002. Stepping into the ring tonight, the Olympic hero Cameron Phillips, the American badass Euan Taylor, that damn Phil Doyle, and Geordie Allen Milburn. Only tonight on the Conquistabores.
We're going straight in it, or?
Yeah, let's just do it because we haven't done one for a while. So let's just go now. We're in it. This is the show. We're in it.
I'll just meet Alan Green.
We're going to spend 20 minutes making Phil jealous anyway.
Oh, we're talking about because we hello Euan.
Hello.
hello Al. Hello Cameron.
Hello.
We're all here for this one, which is a madness.
It is.
It's crazy.
I feel a bit guilty about bugging people when we were going to record this because I looked up the other night and I realised that the New Japan episode was recorded on October the 30th. I was like, holy bloody hell.
I didn't think it was that long.
It's been a tricky couple of months.
It has been, yeah. Well, you had Christmas and then New Year, and then we're all back now. And
I made a list of things that have happened of wrestling since our last show.
Okay, go on.
So, this is in no particular order or anything, but I was going to go for it. We had the CM Punk podcast.
Yes.
We had the NXT Evolution show.
Yep.
Which was fantastic.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah, we had Vince and Triple H both on Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast.
One was slightly better than the other.
Yep. Daniel Bryan returns. Thought he was dead, but he came back. We had Drew Galloway became the ICW champ, which we'll get to later. TNA was kind of reborn a little bit. Still probably rubbish.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. We had the WWE Network UK launch.
Yay!
We had Royal Fumble 2.0. Royal Fumble.
The Royal Rumble.
I have a funny story involving the Royal Rumble and the guys that were at the same place we were. We were at a bar watching the Royal Rumble, and a gentleman before the pay-per-view fell asleep. This gentleman had every single pen that was available put on him and in him.
Oh.
I just like he was a complete stranger and Euan just joined in with this game going on the next table. Euan just wandered across and went, yep, it's like a game of Buckaroo, I'm having some of that.
And then the security guy came over and ruined it.
Yeah, he ruined it. He shook off all the pens and then kicked the guy out.
We also had the amazing Survivor Series main event, which was really good. The rest of the show was pants. We had the launch of the New Japan Pro Wrestling ICW streaming services, both launched in the last year.
Yep.
And also, in the last couple of days, Seth Rollins' nude pictures leaked onto the internet.
Good size. I was impressed.
Yes, he's definitely not doing steroids.
Wait, have you clicked on these?
Yes.
Yes.
It was kind of like in the middle of the post, and I couldn't avoid it. So.
So are we saying that 50% of the Conquistadores have seen Seth Rollins' junk?
Yes, we are.
I'm not sure how to handle that fact, actually, boys. I'm afraid. Okay, let's carry on.
Well, we're not the only ones.
No, of course not. No, that would be really strange if Seth Rollins was just sending pictures of his penis to this podcast.
He really likes the show. Here's a picture.
Yeah, I really like that retrospective wrestling show. Here's a picture of my junk.
I'll take that. I'll take that as you know.
But yeah, what if
thank you, Seth.
If that was a token, if that's how Seth Rollins like shows his appreciation of things.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just shows people his penis.
Each their own.
That's how I do it.
obviously, for legal reasons, we'd like to stress that Seth Rollins is in no way a flasher or a sexual pervert of any kind.
But we can't confirm either way, really, can we?
Well, no, we can't. From personal experience, I can't confirm or deny.
I wish he was.
Fair enough. Right. Anyway,
So that's all that's happened since our last show.
Yeah.
that's a brief summary of the last 3 months of wrestling.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? Not bad.
It's pretty good. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah.
And tomorrow night, as we record, is NXT Rivals, which will be
Yay!
Kevin
Oh,
Owens.
it does look good. I'm even looking forward to the women's match.
That could be car wreck potential, though.
How crazy is that? I know that sounds really bad, but when you get like women's matches on Raw, they're like 3 minutes long and nothing happens, and it's the Bella Twins.
Yeah, but this has got the boss in it, hasn't it? It's got the boss and the Hulkster.
I love Sasha Banks. I think she's amazing. She's brilliant. They're all brilliant. Bayley's brilliant, and Becky Lynch is. Charlotte Flair is she's basically Ric Flair's daughter. So
Yeah. But my favourite bit of the whole build-up it was when they did the contract signing between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh, it was great
and he threw his pen at Sami Zayn's hat. He threw it. I've been listening to Sami Zayn on the Jericho podcast. And he loves that hat. That's his hat. He loves that hat.
That kind of bonnet effort.
Yeah. And Owens maliciously threw a pen straight at it. I was like, oh my god, it's going to disrupt the weave. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Then have you seen the video package as well?
Oh god, that's a
that was bloody. Yeah, that was bloody good. Yeah. The only thing, did you see the? Obviously you did, but did you see the Hideo Itami versus Finn Balor match?
Yes.
That finish though.
That finish
was that drop kick
rebound off the back of the heat off the middle turnbuckle.
Oh yeah.
Ow. But the only thing that kind of ruined that for me was I didn't realise how bloody dull Adrian Neville was going to be on commentary.
To be fair, I think he came on to commentate, and Alex Riley decided I'm going to conduct an interview in the middle of the match.
Well, I suppose they were trying to hype up what this meant for him, and did he want a particular combatant? But all it came out of his mouth was, "Well, I just want to be NXT champion and I want to face the best in the world."
Went for two.
And then that was it. And then there was a 3-second silence until they tried to word it again.
Yeah.
And you could tell that Adrian Neville just wanted to hit the showers. You could so tell.
But yeah, they had this great match. And Alex Riley's going, so how do you feel about contesting this match against people who are your friends in the wrestling ring and that?
Oh, on the subject of that, Tyler Breeze is wonderful. That's the dumbest question I've ever been asked. That was great.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing.
The best one was, I think the same guy went up to Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens went, do you work here?
Yep.
That was I saw that. He just sat down with his mobile phone. He's there kind of going, sorry, do you work here or something? It was good.
NXT is just so head and shoulders above the main thing at the moment. It's not even funny.
You're kind of looking at NXT now, kind of going, okay, can we have this on the main roster, please? In which case, it'll be amazing.
But Vince, the rumor was when Adrian Neville's going to get called up, he's going to be wearing a Mighty Mouse outfit.
Oh no! Why?
Just keep him away from Vince. Just keep him here with the happy.
Can we just farm Vince off to a field somewhere, just so he can go and just fantasize about Trish Stratus, and then that'll be fine. And
what's in this field, Paul? What are we doing here, pal?
You go book TNA. It can't be worse than it is just now.
No, just yeah. It was just no, I just didn't like it.
Speaking of TNA and trying to segue into Scottish wrestling for you two.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that video, Grado, at the TNA show in Scotland?
Yes. Yes.
I'm loving the fact they got SoCal Val to actually pronounce from the tap end of Stevenson, right?
That probably took
That's how she pronounced it. She didn't go from the top end of Stevenson. She went from the tap end of She put a proper lilt on it, and it was amazing.
That probably took
good on your lass.
So yeah, anybody seen any wrestling in Scotland at all? I'm just going to say that and then walk away for 5 minutes from the microphone.
Yeah, we might have gone to the Square Go in Glasgow. It was absolutely incredibly amazing. So did Al. He's been awfully quiet at the moment, but he did. He was definitely there.
Doing his pause in the football, isn't he? That's what it is.
Pretty much, yeah. He's doing his football scores.
Yeah.
We went to the. Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Dad.
We went to the ABC in Glasgow on the 25th of January, and we watched basically ICW's version of the Royal Rumble, which turned out to be better than the Royal Rumble.
Shocking.
Mainly because 5 people also get weapons, and we were nearly crushed by Drew Galloway. And
Chris Redford.
and Chris Renfrew as well. Yeah. They threw each other over a balcony and nearly landed on top of us.
It's a fantastic picture of our friend Lisa looking terrified.
She looks absolutely ruddy terrified, but she's obviously concerned for Drew Galloway's health.
Yes.
When he's about to launch his ample frame across the room.
Drew Galloway's a large man.
He's a large man. This podcast has probably never seen Drew Galloway's junk.
I can neither confirm or deny anything.
But we can't compare. So there you go.
Yeah, so we also did get to witness one of the craziest cage matches I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, when you've got BT Gunn with a dog collar around his neck, hanging by a chain off the top of the cage, effectively hanging himself, it does get a little bit, ooh, Jesus, we've just left Kansas.
Maybe. Let's just bring a little bit of kayfabe back into it, boys. Yeah, just a touch.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little smidge.
Just a wee
kayfabe's
bit.
dead. Anyway, kayfabe's dead, so you can bring as much as you want.
And much to Al's amusement, it was a nice old-style cage.
Oh, yes.
Or like the old blue one, the old WWF blue one.
Only this was
nice.
like black, and it was sturdy.
It was, well, it had to support, Wolfgang was able to do a senton bomb off the top of it, so
Yeah.
Wow.
that was it. And it did have a disco ball of doom at the top, which wasn't actually part of the ring,
No.
but was part of the venue had this massive disco ball, which they blatantly had to avoid when they went to the top of one corner of the cage.
The disco ball of doom. Is that how they referred to it?
Yeah.
That's how I refer to it.
That is amazing.
And there's actually a picture of it on my Facebook. Also, there was a fantastic bit where halfway through the show, Mark Dallas, the owner of ICW, comes out and basically goes, "We don't take 20 minutes to put a fucking cage up. We lower the fucking cage down."
Yeah, that was it. It's like, I've seen people go to WWE shows and they take 20 minutes to put the cage up. We've hung it from the fucking ceiling.
Dallas was on form.
One of the biggest cheers of the night, oddly.
Well, between that and all I'm going to say is, hello.
Yeah.
The only camera get that joke.
Wow. Good work, boys.
It was amazing. Yes.
No,
hello.
before the show, the MCs of the evening, Billy Kirkwood and his associate were trying to do an intro for the on-demand service. So what he decided to do, first of all, was kind of lower himself down the bottom of the camera, then pop up like hello. Which was strange. And then, of course, when they started the introduction, this was everyone's cue to do every single offensive gesture towards the camera you could think of.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it was because we're sort of tame fans like that, aren't we? So,
Yes, we
of course,
are.
we weren't going
Fans.
we weren't going to stick two fingers up in the air when his back was turned at all.
Of course not. And of course, as Cameron mentioned, with the Square Go match itself, which was interesting.
It was when you've got Grado battering Shah Samuels with a frozen haggis
Yeah.
because it's Burns night.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And it was just
This was after Shah Samuels going completely crazy with a belt.
with a belt, and basically standing in the middle of a room in this Glasgow city centre saying, "Have it, you jock wankers."
Wow.
While whipping the shit out of everyone in the ring.
Yeah, pretty much. It was.
This was after we had the wonderful meeting of DCT meeting Viper.
Yep. Davey Campbell. With the international sex hero. He drew number 1, and number 2 was Viper, who's a lady, and it was hilarious.
Lady.
It was a large lady. So it was really good. Go and see ICW, folks. That's all I can say. Just wherever they are, they go around Britain now. They go around like English cities as well. Just go and see ICW because it is utterly fantastic.
And not just because the ring announcer gets a chant by his own.
Yeah, the ring announcer gets a chant. Yeah, basically, and it's brilliant.
Cool.
Absolutely amazing.
Go work us up some sponsorship. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we'll do that.
You know? And I think Cameron also mentioned that he may be coming back for Fear and Loathing, possibly.
Yeah, I want to come back for Fear and Loathing, man. I want to come back before that. I want to do one in the summer as well, if possible. If there's one in Glasgow in the summer.
Yeah, there's plenty on. I read today that Sabu is getting a title shot in London, apparently.
Genius. Sabu versus Drew.
Why not?
Possibly.
Why not?
Nice.
Just why not?
Nice.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So, SummerSlam 2002 then, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's just talk about that.
It's a hot August night in the Northeast, and it's scorching here inside the Nassau Coliseum, which sold out in 90 minutes for SummerSlam, the event of the
this pay-per-view was my choice, wasn't it?
It was, I believe.
And thanks to the WWE Network, only $9.99 a month. We can basically unlock the treasure chest and pick whatever the hell we want now. I originally went for SummerSlam 2002 because I have it on DVD.
Yeah.
But in the end, I watched it on the network anyway, so it didn't really matter. Really, didn't really care. Should we get going?
I guess we should.
Let's get going. Now, this, I think, probably has some kind of award for most unlikely opening match of a pay-per-view.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because like, first when it started up, there'd be to put into context, this is just after the brand split.
Yep.
And this is just after they've changed their names because they're still wearing the Get the F Out t-shirts.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
So it's literally just after the brand split. So I was like, oh my, we're here, are we? So we're in like the proper post-attitude era now, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
And then Kurt Angle comes out in the first match. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then Ray Mysterio comes out.
You missed the excitement of Spike Dudley versus Steven Richards.
The dark match.
We're doing the full card. It's the full card.
If it's not on the network, Al, we're not doing.
It's not a little skippy thing in the bottom of the network. It doesn't count.
We're going as it was presented on the network.
As Jesus intended.
No, we should be presented it historically accurate.
Shut up, Al.
All right. Then you do the historically accurate bit then, because you're the only one that's seen it.
Spike Dudley beats Steven Richards.
Awesome. So Kurt Angle.
Thank you.
comes
Right.
out.
Anyway, so Kurt Angle's curtain twitching.
Yeah. But before the match starts, it's fair to point out that Michael Cole and Taz are calling this because it's a SmackDown match.
Yeah, I know.
A SmackDown ref.
I forgot how much this was dumb.
We are right out of the chute with the Olympic gold medalist Michael Cole and Taz at ringside. We will be calling these SmackDown matches. Good old JR the King will be calling those Raw matches here tonight on SummerSlam.
It did kind of flick back and forth between two commentary teams. I could see the sort of logic and sense in it that the big shows were supposed to be both brands, and the B shows in between were supposed to be like alternate between the two.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, you could talk all night about why the brand split ended up screwing up. Basically because they didn't really pay any attention to it after a little while.
Yeah.
You know, people could just, you got people who just frequent either and just kind of crisscross.
Yeah.
And it didn't quite work having two championship belts either, I didn't think. It felt like, rather than, the original plan was obviously to give, like, lower card wrestlers a bit more time.
Yeah.
Well, because they had the big roster, didn't they? Because they obviously had all the WCW guys in.
Yeah.
The ECW guys who wanted to be with them, so they had to kind of do something with all those guys. So having two brands does kind of make sense.
I remember the big thing was SmackDown was where you saw the cruiserweights. That was their thing. That was their drawing point.
Because there was that period of time when... Was this not the period of time when Paul Heyman started booking SmackDown, or was that going to be...
I think it was either this year or not too long after.
It's not too long after. Because that was SmackDown was amazing at that point. When you had, like, Taker, Angle, Lesnar in that roster, it was amazing.
Yeah, then you had, like, the SmackDown 6, didn't you? Like,
Guerrero.
Benoit and all those guys.
Guerrero.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But you know, also notice in this first match, by the way, this is when Ray Mysterio was actually a fresh idea. Because he'd only been in WWE about what?
Year or so?
No, he debuted in 2002.
Was he not part of Invasion?
This is his first.
This was his first match, was it not?
Yeah, it was.
Might have been. Hold on,
First match in pay-per-view.
But
I tell you what I noticed about Ray Mysterio in this match. He's still hitting the top rope, not the middle rope.
Way.
When this is running. He's like hitting the ropes properly, rather than like doing that weird thing on the middle rope.
Well, I says it's not broken yet.
That's true. Ray Mysterio is now fully broken with like fake teeth.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. It's a Ray Mysterio when all this kind of like idea, these high flying moves seemed quite fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Later on in Ray's career, they were kind of revealed to be the kind of setups that they are. I still think the 619 has the most stupid setup in any move.
What do you mean? Because wrestlers all the time land on the middle rope.
Yeah, exactly. They do it in every single non-Rey Mysterio match, don't they? They just land with their arms across the middle rope, don't they? They always do that
every single match.
Yeah,
like you've been watching.
Like hell.
Yeah, I think the main thing to take out of this match is like just how good was Kurt Angle.
He was great.
Oh, it was amazing.
Every one of his suplexes just look amazing. He does all those kind of belly to back ones, and it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just good. But then, like, Michael Cole calls a side slam a backbreaker, and I'm like, oh god, it's Michael Cole. Michael Cole.
And now he's the lead announcer on Raw.
Yep.
We'll just
Pretty much. But no, it's a good back and forth match. It's really Angle does a lot with the sort of technical wrestling. Mysterio quite gels quite well with him with the high flying stuff. The ending's really good because it's a top rope hurricanrana, which is reversed into an ankle lock for the win.
Yep.
It's just really good. I really enjoy it as an opener. You wouldn't expect those two guys to be in the opener anyway, but it kicks off the whole show in a really cool way.
Angle sells. One thing he's, if he gets credit for it or not, but he really does sell like all the Mysterio's moves.
Oh yeah,
like he really does kind of put him over as like being a really good guy, which I think was one of Angle's real proper skills, was like how well he made the other person look in all of his matches.
Yeah, it was smart as well because it gets the crowd going. It's a good, surprising first match, but it gets the crowd hot for what's coming next.
Yeah, which is a Steph Bishop promo.
Well,
Bischoff even.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry,
Bishop. Bishop's the guy from Alien.
I think because he's so slimy, I kind of thought he was like a,
I see what you're saying yourself.
What the hell are you doing in my office?
Stephanie McMahon, a pleasure to be sure.
Whose pleasure, Eric? It's certainly not mine.
Oh, it's always mine. Besides, Stephanie, that was the only door, and this is the only office for a general manager here tonight. Besides, we're on neutral ground. This is a pay-per-view. What do you say we just share the office?
He's just a bit greasy, isn't he?
A little. Well, he's always had that about him, do you not think?
Yeah.
Bischoff's always had that kind of thing about him. I mean, I was watching a Legends of Wrestling Roundtable on the WWE Network, only £9.99 a month.
Sponsorship.
A little while ago, and it was really good. It's the one about the Monday Night Wars.
I need to watch these. I've not watched them yet.
Oh, they're brilliant.
They're good. They are. They're really good.
And basically, it's Lawler, JR, Michael Hayes, Mick Foley, and Bischoff round a table, and they're talking about. It basically ends up being a grilling of Bischoff and WCW, basically, which is always going to turn into. And he comes across as vaguely quite sort of sensible, and sort of says, because Foley has that whole thing about the Tony Schiavone, that'll put bums on seats thing for the January 1999 Raw, where they gave away the result, basically, and that still seems to rankle him even now.
Really does, doesn't it? We talked about that before, but it's really kind of got to his core, hasn't it?
It's just like apparently it's like the whole thing going about, it's like, it wasn't the fact that you gave away the result, it was more the fact that it was for working for WCW, it was kind of a desecration of my career and a pinnacle of my career. And Bischoff just shrugged his shoulders and went, yeah, but I was trying to run you down. I would have said it with anyone. And he said, for example, if it had been Shawn Michaels coming back and winning your world title, I'd have gone, there's that long-haired freak with the crap super kick. He's like going, so don't worry, Mick, it would have been anyone.
Yeah. Well, he came across quite well on, we did the Stone Cold podcast. He was on there for a couple of shows. And he came across quite well on that. He was just like, he was in competition. And he was trying to...
and it's just like the whole thing. Michael Hayes is a proper go at him enduring it for saying, did you know that when you were in charge of WCW and you were against us, you were putting families out of jobs? It's like,
Michael Hayes.
What? It's like, and then you look, Bischoff just kind of looks and went, I wanted WCW to be the number one wrestling organisation in the world, and I would take anything to do that. It's like, yeah, as if Bischoff's going to go to work in Atlanta and say, you know what? We can't possibly crush WWF because, we might put little families and people out of jobs and they won't be able to afford food. Yeah. And Vince will have to go begging on the streets. And as if that's going to cross your mind.
No, not at all.
It's like, you did what you had to do and that's it. I just got really kind of like, yeah, go on, Bish, come on. So yeah, for all his kind of like, sleazy thing, he came across quite well in like all the interviews that he does afterwards. Yeah. I've put a note on here saying, that TV is bloody huge. In a CRT kind of way.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah, I was like, is this really 2002?
That's what they were like back then.
It's like, when the hell did they get flat screens?
But then, like, you see, I think Jim Ross and the King come on stage because they're commentating next. But it's quite good to see the King wearing like a proper King jacket rather than those stupid T-shirts he wears now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. He does say, "Welcome to the Raw portion of SmackDown. Sorry, SummerSlam."
Without a doubt, the rivalry is going to erupt tonight, and we want to welcome everybody to the Raw portion of SmackDown, of SummerSlam tonight, don't we? This is SummerSlam. Yeah, right.
He fucks that one up, but there you go.
Okay.
Welcome to the Silverdome, Superdome. Where am I? Help!
Yeah, where am I? Help? What?
What? Huh? But then we get to the next match of the card, which is Chris Jericho versus Ric Flair.
Yeah, this is.
I love the promo video before this. I thought that was really good. I've written down about that. Awesome Jericho beard.
Yes.
Nothing in wrestling looks quite as good as a busted open Ric Flair.
Yes.
Not really, no.
He's going mad in the ring, isn't he? I think he's with Chris Jericho and he's just covered in blood and he looks amazing.
Yeah. Was it not jarring for anyone else watching this though and seeing blood? Because you kind of forget that this wasn't PG.
Yeah,
It's weird, but you forget that PG only really started in about 2007, 2008?
It was...
I think it was after the Eddie Guerrero incident where Judgment Day, I think.
No, they carried on for ages after that.
Yeah,
I remember
Edge on one of the wrestling podcasts said like they did it like the week before he was going to have a Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker. Literally like days before, they said, right, no blood. They were like,
oops, so what was this match around?
Doing a Hell in a Cell match?
Yeah, they had to kind of
they're a bit bleedy normally.
Yeah. That's one of the things that got me. I was like kind of going, oh yeah, it wasn't PG in 2002, and it seems like, obviously it was like 13 years ago coming, but it seems like it makes it look like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Yeah,
the whole thing.
Did anybody see when Flair came out? Somebody had a sign that said "Flair is old."
No.
Yeah, I've written that down.
It's a bit cruel.
Flair is old, just on the sign. Like, wow,
this match wasn't that great.
I didn't mind it, to be honest, because like it's Flair, like he's not at the top of his form, but he's still got some, he's literally got some chops on him.
On the elbow. Oh, Flair in a hard knot fist chop. One of the signature maneuvers of Nature Boy Ric Flair.
It just seemed off a wee bit. Jericho didn't seem to be clicking quite right. It just seemed a bit kind of.
Well, they did do the like the Flair flip in the corner. He did botch it, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've written that down somewhere as well. That he actually messes up his own spot.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah, I put Flair's fuck up of his own corner shot.
Yeah. I thought it was nice of Chris Jericho to take the Flair bump off the top rope though, rather than Flair doing it.
Yeah.
Because you always know when Flair goes to that top rope, only one person's coming down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So, we thinking good or
meh?
It's okay. It's basically Flair. It's not as bad as Flair was. I mean, I've actually written down here that Flair actually looks okay in comparison to what he looked like. When he wrestled in TNA, for example, he looked awful. Yeah. He looks, he's an older guy, but you don't look at Flair in that match and kind of go, oh Jesus, kind of thing, do you? Yeah, it's okay. It's just basically Flair starting to do that thing of just running through his spots.
Yeah. Kind of like, was it the World War III match where he was up against, was it Luger? No, Sting, wasn't it? Sorry.
Yeah.
It just felt like he was just hitting the points he knows the crowd's going to like and just kind of not doing much in between. But you can kind of tell Jericho's having a good time because he's in the ring with Ric Flair, though.
Oh, why would he not?
It's a good beard. Great. I can't emphasize that enough. It's a great beard he's got there.
Is that the little kind of tufty thing he had?
Yeah, it was good. Rock and roll heel beard. That's what it was.
Ah, yeah. So we're going about wrestling beards.
That's a whole other podcast.
It's a whole other podcast, yeah. It is a whole other podcast.
Yeah. So decent match. I thought the finish was good.
It's decent, but it's not great, really. Yeah, it's not too bad.
The finish not lame.
Well, there's a thing with the ropes, isn't there?
Well, didn't Flair tap out, but he was on the ropes. It doesn't count.
It's something like that, isn't it? It's a bit stupid, but they kind of swap finishes, don't they? Doesn't
Flair bodges the Walter Jericho because he goes for it, but then he lets a leg slip, so he ends up with a half grab instead.
Yeah,
he's not nutshot him and then do the figure four for the finish.
No.
I have put Jericho taps after a low blow.
Yeah.
I can't remember the end. It's been a few weeks since I watched this.
Maybe a month.
Might be about a month, yeah.
But a decent match.
It's decent. It's not as good as the opener, but it's quite decent.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear a strange fact about that match?
Ooh,
Go on.
Go on then.
I don't know why, but if you get on the SummerSlam anthology, they edit Flair's music, so he's got his 92 music. Instead of his Space Odyssey music.
They copyright.
But if you buy the WrestleMania anthology, at WrestleMania 8, you get Flair's Space Odyssey music instead of his 92 music. Work that one out.
What was I watching? Oh, what might have been WrestleMania 17, and the Dudley Boys come out to different music. So I don't know if there's something there because the Dudleys kind of own their own thing, didn't they? So there's all weird things in there with like rights and stuff. And they can go back and fiddle with things to put whatever they want over it, really, can't they? But
yeah, very much.
Almost as weird as seeing the Brock promo that comes next and realizing that he was always that good.
Yes.
Tonight, it's the same thing with The Rock's title reign. Okay, you gotta take this guy out. You gotta murder his title reign. Why? Because he's different. He's the Brahma Bull. He's the people's champ. He's the Rock. You're already inside his head. You're inside his head. Half the battle is won. Make no mistake about it, this guy's driven. This guy's gonna come at you with everything he's got. He feels like he is almost the challenger. Like he's the underdog. Take advantage of it. Hit him hard, take him out early, and we leave tonight the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. You are the next big thing. And tonight, the next big thing will arrive.
Yes. I have put down there, it's like Brock with Heyman 10 years early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought, thank God Heyman was there to speak for him. He's never that good, was he?
No, he's never. No.
He was never good at that.
No.
But you put him with Paul Heyman. Oh my God.
Yeah, don't put him with Jim Cornette because that's going to lead to really terrible things.
Yeah, and a really, really bitter man with Jim Cornette.
Have you heard the story about Jim Cornette wanting to shoot Brock Lesnar?
Yes.
Or actually shoot him.
Yes,
yeah, actually physically take a shotgun and shoot him.
Jeez. Jim Cornette is a very bitter man.
Well, it revolves around lady parts.
It was about the vagina, my lord.
Yes, it was about his vagina. Because and Jim Cornette's girlfriend or wife at the time, Stacy, had a rather intimate piercing freshly done.
Oh, hello.
In a match against she was somehow involved in an angle where Brock had to like press her over his head and then throw her onto the arena floor.
Yeah, this is OVW or something.
This would be Smoky Mountain, I think.
Yeah.
Or it would have been OVW, of course. Yeah, the developmental thing. So they booked this whole angle, and then basically went, right, Stacey's had this piercing done, Brock. So if you could just not put your hand around that area because it's a bit tender at the moment, just lower it a bit and put it, lift her from the knees or something.
Yeah,
it'll be all right. Brock apparently totally ignored this and basically punched her in it.
Ta-da!
Stacey went to the back and went, yeah, Brock just punched me in it, and Jim Cornette flew off the handle, and apparently he had a shotgun in the building and he wanted to shoot Lesnar.
Oh, God, and you wonder why he got sacked?
Yeah. You wonder why? Where did he go?
Have you heard him on the Roddy Piper podcast?
I didn't hear him on the Roddy Piper one, no.
He's fine. He's got he's fine telling all stories, and then they mention Vince Russo, and this Pompeii of bitterness just gets flooded into your ears from his mouth.
Sorry, I'm just loving the phrase Pompeii of bitterness.
It's just like he won't even say his name at one point because he's so bitter and angry about it still.
Yeah, I do like the way that when IPW over here announced they got Vince Russo in to book a few shows, Jim Cornette tweeted the link with, "Hey, he's going to fuck up wrestling in another country."
He really genuinely hates him. But anyway,
anyway, back on the point.
Back onto people he might hate, I don't know, but Guerrero versus Edge.
Hate Guerrero or Edge.
No, you can't. It's impossible.
Yeah, but you can hate Edge's music.
I was just about to say, you can hate Edge's music because this is the worst one of the lot.
And from Toronto, Ontario, weighing in at 241 pounds, listen to the Edgeheads applauding the future of SmackDown. And as Edge likes to say, the future is now.
Because it's not his Edge and Christie music, is it? It's just bad.
Is it that Rob Zombie? No? Yeah, it's the Rob Zombie one. It's "Hey, I'm on the rebel, number 95." God awful. It's just terrible. It's nowhere near the best music he had when he later
killed
on.
Phil.
Oh, God, that was a good impression. That was.
Yeah, it is. It's good. See, actually, I am Rob Zombie. Sorry to admit that.
I must have written down that people like shouting "son of a bitch" quite a bit in this match.
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah.
Bucket flip! And he gets launched halfway across the ring.
Because Guerrero was a good heel, wasn't he?
Yeah, he could be a good heel.
Guerrero was one of those guys that was such a good heel. You respected him for being such a good heel, so he kind of by default became a face.
Yes, because he's just so good, you can't help but love him.
This was a guy who was a face selling T-shirts saying "Lie, cheat, and steal."
Good point.
So
That's not far from hustle, loyalty, and respect, is it? Come on.
No, he kind of transcended that kind of heel faction thing, and he just kind of he was brilliant.
Stone Cold did, wasn't it? Because Stone Cold was a heel, but the crowd forced him into being a face because they loved him too much.
Oh, he doesn't like kicking the boss's ass.
Well, exactly.
Oh yeah, exactly. But I put down here Edge's shoulder is actually bleeding.
I put down Eddie Guerrero clearly hates Edge's shoulder.
Yes, because he just keeps on going for that shoulder.
Yeah, that shoulder's going to be mine. I'm going to keep it forever. Thank you very much.
Take it home and put it with the Great Muta's random piece of lighting rig.
But the finish is Edge spearing him with that shoulder.
Is that not like a kind of last bit of energy out of this injured shoulder?
Well, no, because he doesn't sell it whatsoever when he wins.
No, he doesn't actually. No, you're right, actually. And to make matters worse, Michael Cole, again, for it is he, says Edge's shoulder is literally hanging from a thread.
Shoulder, and Edge with that shoulder literally hanging by a thread.
That's figuratively hanging from a thread, you stupid.
He also points out that Edge performs the execution that no one else has kicked out of, and I was like, the Edge or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was officially called the execution.
I didn't remember him doing that.
Before he really relied on the spear, he did that kind of powerbomb thing. It was an execution.
An execution. But these two are good. Obviously, I think Edge is just on the path of being a proper singles guy, and he's not. He's an okay. He's okay face, but he's better as a heel as well, isn't he?
Yeah, but he would never have become a heel had he not buffed Lita.
Correct.
That is true.
That would never have occurred to anyone. You would not have looked at Edge and went, "Yeah, we'll turn him heel." Or at least if you did, he wouldn't have had anywhere near the kind of sleaze factor he had in
I think that helps.
2006.
The R-rated superstar and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. And that was him. He took that and ran. Let's face it. I feel a bit sorry for Matt Hardy in the fact that obviously he was the guy that got literally screwed over in that kind of arrangement.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Figuratively.
You use that right, Michael Cole. Do you hear that? That's the great usage of that word.
That's the great use of that word. And then he lost out. He was the guy that got done in, and he lost out completely in both career and girlfriend sense.
Yes.
So
do we feel sorry for the Hardys?
No.
No, not really, because they kind of. I think that Jeff's a bit of a bloody bump machine, and they're both fucking drug users anyway.
Oh wow.
So not really.
Have that.
Pretty much. I'm not that keen on him, probably.
But this match, we like this match?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It's got fairly sound technical wrestling. It's got sound psychology to it. Guerrero going after the shoulder. The ending's quite good, and it includes a stupid bit of commentary by Michael Cole. What's not to love?
What more do you want?
What more do you want?
Well, we get something about contract disputes next.
We are not considered a pastime. Contract disputes don't determine the outcome of our season. Negotiations are handled a little differently in this arena. When two sides have a problem, it's taken care of. Face to face. World Wrestling Entertainment. Our season never ends.
Was the NBA or the NFL?
They're having a dig at somebody on. I can't remember who it was. Whether it's the
NHL. The NHL. Was the NHL.
Was it that lockout? Was it?
They were on shutdown because they couldn't agree the professional contracts. Because obviously in America, you agree your contract with the league, not with the club. And I also like the way it says, our season never ends, which I'm thinking is probably part of the problem.
Yeah.
Our season never ends, yeah. That's why so many people are dead.
Take a fucking break from time to time, guys. Let your talent have a rest.
Take a break.
Can't do
Take
that.
a Bowflex. No.
No.
I'm flying.
Yeah, so it's the Un-Americans versus Book Dust.
Book Dust.
Book Dust.
Oh,
I love it.
I see what you did there. That was never the official name for the tag.
I'm sure it was.
Should have been.
No, it should have been.
Sure it was.
Yeah.
I'm sure I heard it on the Countdown show. I think it's always weird seeing Goldust when he's paired with like a real person. Like, I think that's why they kind of had to do what they did with Cody Rhodes, because you just can't have Goldust with like an actual, like a regular human.
It's just weird. It's like, here's a regular guy in gold dust.
Yeah. It's just stop doing that with your rubbing and the stuff. You're a weirdo.
I've put on my notebook here, we are less than a year after the 9/11 attacks, and the Un-Americans are a little near the bone of heel heat, aren't they?
Little bit.
That's an upside down American flag.
This is what really gets me, right? It really bugs me when they'll sit round at one point and say, well, here we are on SummerSlam, broadcasting live to 98 countries around the world. We truly are a global phenomenon. And then you get this.
The only problem is, we have to do it here in Long Island. What do you mean by that?
What we mean by that is we've performed in cities all over this country, and this Long Island crowd typifies American audiences. They're lazy, unappreciative, unresponsive, and spoiled.
It's not as if they're from far away. They're from fucking Canada. It's like
miles away, is it?
No, not really.
Are they kind of like working off the Bret Hart heel group? That was like Canadians versus America, wasn't it? It's always like,
but that kind of worked a lot better because it was a family thing.
Yeah,
and it was like the Hart wrestling dynasty of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. You could see them all together and all this. They had a connection that way.
Yeah.
But then you get like this is just obviously looking around the locker room going, yeah, Lance is Canadian, so's Tess, so's Christian.
Yeah.
Yep, in we go.
It's the whole idea of they're just feel they're getting a hard deal because they're not good old fashioned American boys.
Exactly. I like their entrance, by the way, when they just get announced as from Canada. That is basically one step away from saying from not America.
Yeah.
Also, I love the Fink.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Introducing from Canada, at a combined weight of 455 pounds, the WWE Tag Team Champions, Christian Lance Storm, the Un-American.
I missed this thing. There's a thing later on I could do without.
Yes, I was just about to say. I was just thinking that when you said that, I was like, "Is this the bit?" No, Canada and the thing.
No, trust me, it's much later on. Also, we had Neil Patrick as the ref.
Yeah, WCW referee.
But no hair, no mustache. What's the point?
I know
exactly. There you go.
What's the point?
It takes about 3 minutes for the USA chance to start.
Yeah,
obviously,
shocker.
Obviously,
no Hacksaw though, which is confusing.
What also confused me was the fact that they do an interview before they head out to defend the titles with Christian, Test, and Lance Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And then, about 30 seconds later, they enter the arena. Test can't be bothered.
No, but Test is, I'd spoil the match if I said.
Well, yeah, but I wrote that down, then it's obviously it comes to the end. But
isn't there one point where like Jim Ross goes, "That damn Test"?
Yeah, that damn Test.
Yeah, like, really? That damn Test?
The young man he had a promising career and he's gone off on the wrong tangent.
That damn Test.
So yeah, it's really, really good actually. It's for a tag team title match. I quite like Booker T and Goldust together.
Yeah, but they work up the hot tag well, don't they? They kind of build to that.
Oh yeah. Of course they do.
Say we like, Christian knows how to work a tag team match, doesn't he? Of
course he does. Of course he does. Yeah,
he can really kind of carry him and Lance Storm's just like a good combination anyway. So they really know how to work the match. So.
Yeah.
Regardless of the booking around it, once they get into the ring, they're a good combination of people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a bit sad that WWE didn't make any more of Lance Storm, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because he's quite good on his day.
Yeah.
Because he's like a little bit bland and a little bit too Canadian.
I think that might have been it, because he did get that whole thing in WCW about Mr. Boring, didn't he? And stuff, and that kind of killed off any kind of aura he maybe had.
Yeah. That and that damn test.
I also wrote down that pyro seems awfully close to the announce desk.
See, because Ross and Lawler, they're like on the top of the ramp, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like in their raw position.
Yeah, and Cole and Taz, are they down by the ring?
Ringside, they're ringside.
That makes sense.
It's when Booker T's pyro goes off, you see the flames coming up, and JR's trying to talk to the King, and I'm like, the King's going to catch fire with all that nylon.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
I've also written down there's a good ref bump, but I can't remember what it was.
Takes the kick. Doesn't he take a spinning kick?
I think so. It must be something like that. Yeah, he takes it quite brutally, which was, fair play to the ref for taking that.
But Test boots Booker when he interrupts the match as a result after the ref bump. And then
that damn test.
That damn test. And then the Un-Americans get the win and retain their titles.
Yeah.
I have put here, rather unfairly, because the guy's dead, poor bless him, but I put Test. I put Test. Ugly fucker, but still got it on with Stacey Keebler. I don't know why I just thought that came to my mind.
I just think, like, at one point, he was like part of the whole Steph getting married angle.
Yep.
He was in the power of
the man. He was getting married to her, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yep, he was.
It was he who was getting married, and Triple H walked in and disturbed. And
do we not remember the street fight?
Shane McMahon.
Shane? Yep.
Shane McMahon at SummerSlam 99.
Great street fight, by the way.
God, that damn test.
Yep.
I'll probably be getting damn test.
Coming up next is a different kind of damn person because, well...
Are you forgetting the promo thing between the match with someone...
I don't want to talk about Nydia.
Someone making out with somebody? A man? I don't know.
Jamie Noble cheering on his girlfriend, kissing random guys at WWE New York. That's it.
I got my picture taken with Nydia.
Did you?
For you.
Yeah.
Were you making out with her at the time?
No.
Oh.
Congratulations. And then I've just put, ooh, saucy Steph. So I'm guessing she said something rude there.
I love this Nydia. I mean, she would make a fine addition to Raw. This is a woman who really knows her place in this business.
Eric, women in this business, their place is like mine. On top.
I like the way that Bischoff says, Nydia is a woman who knows her place in this business. That is literally a quote from Bischoff.
Naughty Bischoff.
Not that he's a tall sleazy.
Of course not.
Yeah, so as you alluded to, it's Rob Van Dam versus Chris Benoit.
Yep.
And two things I like to point out about this match before we get into it. You know the thing at the bottom where you click through the matches?
Yes.
The Benoit RVD match isn't on that thing at the bottom.
That's the same with any Benoit match. You cannot actually get it in the bookmark. You have to actually fast forward to get to it.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, watching it, because there's a big gap between the next match. And then I fast forward and went, oh.
And the second thing is, when Chris Benoit walks out, the Intercontinental belt is blurred.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, so it is.
I don't know whether it's because it's the stupid round belt.
It might be, actually.
Because they lost... that belt came to being because they lost the rights to the other one because the guy making it stopped making their belts. Am I remembering this right?
Yes, kind of.
So, I don't know whether or not because of that they can't show the belt around his waist because when the graphic comes up for the match, you can see the belt. I was like, my head and my hands going, but it's blurred on his waist. Is that because it's Chris Benoit or is it because of the belt? Because
I was actually kind of hoping they would just blur Chris Benoit altogether so we'd have RVD wrestling a blur.
Blur. The blurred Wolverine.
Oh dear.
I still don't think it's particularly easy watching these matches.
It's
not
weird,
when
isn't
you've
it?
got like Benoit coming out, you've got the crippler flashing the title draw. It's kind of like,
like claws in his trousers. Really? Oh boy.
There is Boy. It is kind of a weird sensation. You're right. You're watching it. I try to sort of distance myself from it.
Yeah, it's difficult though.
Say, here's just Chris Benoit. He was a wrestler, and I try.
Here's the rest of the Chris Benoit. It's kind of like no.
Try to not think about how it all ended.
Yeah. Because just looking at the ring, they have a good match, despite the crowd being a bit flat during it.
Yeah.
And you can't deny, Benoit had some good suplexes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a fantastic technical wrestler. He was amazing.
Yeah.
But it was just a shame that he was an intense guy.
Yeah.
Intense to the end.
To put it mildly.
Maybe he should have spent more time intense.
Yeah, probably.
That intense.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm saying he should have camping.
I have no idea where you're going either.
Did anyone spot the "Marry Me" sign halfway through the match?
Yes.
What?
I got it.
Rob Van Dam goes out to the side, eats a load of barrier, and some guy literally, as the camera points to him, gets outside to him, "Marry me, Jess," or something.
Right.
Yeah. Still like in the mood a little bit, but obviously that didn't work. Thanks, Cam.
I hope she saw that. No problem. That's okay. There is a moment early on in the match where Van Dam gets German suplex and remains doubled up.
Yes.
Like it properly shakes.
A nasty suplex.
Is Jim Ross on commentary now?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes,
yeah.
he is.
He must mention the word accordion in surely.
He does.
He does.
Accordion.
German release suplex, and Van Dam folded up like the accordion there.
Did also anyone else notice? About halfway through, it looks like someone's being ejected from the crowd because all the crowd start looking off to one side.
Yes. Yeah, there's always been like a fight or something.
And like Benoit and RVD kind of go to like a rest hold in the middle of the ring, so the camera's like focused on them, but you can see the crowd just kind of going off to one side.
They just wanted to watch, so just like quick wrestled.
But then there's like that suplex sequence where he's got him in a hammerlock. Benoit and RVD just like about 5 in a row or something daft. Like they're good workers. It's a good match. It's just one guy killed his wife and son.
And himself.
And it makes it a little bit difficult to watch.
Well, Van Dam loses the title pretty much straight afterwards, doesn't he?
Well, after this match.
Yeah, he loses it to Jericho.
Yeah, because like when they give the belt to RVD, it's not blurred.
No, I noticed that as well.
It's like
because he's yet to kill his family, so he's allowed to have achievements. Right?
Oh my god.
That's how the world works. Come on.
You killed your family, you blurred your title.
You blurred the belt. That's how it works.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Any achievement you kill your family, any achievement you had gets blurred.
I can't wait for more of for more of the Von Erich stuff to go up in WWE Network, because that way it's gonna be like a bunch of blurs wrestling each other.
Oh no!
Just imagine they caught the judge going, "I now sentence you to 10 years having your belts blurred on WWE Network."
Damn it! No one will ever know that I won those.
It goes to the graphic. It's just a giant blur on the screen.
Anyway, remain calm, gentlemen. What do we think? What do we think of the match? Anyway,
it's good.
I think it's a really good Intercontinental match.
Yeah, you can't argue. Steph RVD still kind of like in his proper prime, isn't he?
Yeah, this is RVD. Once again, it's kind of a Ray Mysterio thing. This is an RVD when he seemed unique, and it didn't seem like he was just rolling through the same stuff all the time.
When he comes back now, he's like he looks a bit awkward. Like when he walks, like his back's going to go up in a millisecond.
Yeah, it doesn't. He's not, and he's gonna. We're gonna get Rolling Thunder, and then we're gonna get a 5-star Frog Splash. It's gonna be about half the speed he was, 15 years before.
Yeah,
it's not good. It's not good. Yeah. I've just written down a note after this as well. It just says, "Why does Steph stare at Bish's crotch?" And I've totally forgotten why I've written that.
I don't know why either.
I think that you've written it is good enough.
Are there any pictures on the internet of it now?
I'm sure there are somewhere.
I don't think any percentage of this podcast have seen Eric Bischoff's penis.
Well,
but you know what's on next, don't you? It's that damn test.
It's that damn test.
That damn test.
In an official match this time.
Yeah. Against the Undertaker?
Yeah, we are full on American Badass.
Yeah,
the Undertaker.
I've written
Not only are we full on American Badass, we're also full on American Badass.
Yeah. So I've written down Taker versus Test, the glamour match, but first, bloody Canadians.
Yeah. Damn Canadians.
Going up against the most American wrestler of all, the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's a man who pretends to be dead.
Yeah. But he comes out like Hulk Hogan with the crowd, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
He's inside of the ring.
With the bike and all that kind of stuff, and it's just... No,
it's a big hoss match, isn't it? It's two big men hitting each other.
Pretty much.
JR's trying to, sell Test as best he can. That damn Test.
That young man, he's. I just don't. I think the whole American Badass thing was good from the point of view that it enabled Taker to have to not have to do the zombified thing. And not do the kind of the sit down up and just basically no cell
he
stuff.
needed to change up, didn't he? He couldn't keep up.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, Taker's had... How many years has Taker been in it now? 25?
At least. Was his debut 92? Was it 92 Survivor Series?
1998.
Yeah, it was 1990, yeah.
So he's had a 25-year career, yeah?
Yeah.
And he was only the American Badass for what?
4 years?
3 years?
Because he came back from injury in 99, didn't he?
Judgment Day 2000 till WrestleMania 20.
Yeah, so what?
Technically, he went off screen before then, didn't he? When he got
Survivor Series 2003 was the last time you saw the American Badass version. But it's a really tiny part of his overall career, but it still enabled him to change up a bit. And even when he came back as the Dead Man, he was probably allowed a little bit more leeway with that character because he
became the kind of cowboy Dead Man, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of last gunslinger kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. And it was, you didn't get so much of the, here I am constructing a casket for, this.
They were the best promos, though.
You didn't, I know, but you didn't get
he was doing some carpentry. That was brilliant.
Yeah. With Paul Bearer going, whoa, in the background.
That's what Tess needed. That's what that damn Tess needed.
That damn dude needed to just build himself a big box.
He was going to use it several years' time. Oof, too soon? Yeah, okay, sorry. But, I mean, Test, he kind of held up because he had the Vince McMahon look. He was tall, he was big, he had blonde hair.
Yep.
It's kind of ticked all the Vince McMahon boxes, but he didn't have that spark that,
No, he was a bit on the dull side. He just didn't have the charisma, I don't think. He just wasn't. Nah.
Yeah, I think my last line of this match I've written, chair face, tombstone, done. Next.
Yeah,
he couldn't be fired, could he? That was the storyline.
He'd won an immunity battle royal, hadn't he?
It's Survivor Series, yeah.
No, it was an Invasion.
No, it was Survivor Series.
It was the last night of the pay-per-view, like the WCW WWF thing.
Yeah, it was Invasion. Oh, no, it wasn't. Sorry.
Invasion was in the summer, and then their Survivor Series was the big finale.
My bad. Sorry, I'm confused.
Yes, they rushed the Invasion angle in 5 months. It could have gone on for years. That could have gone on for so long. In a good way. But they had the Battle Royal, and whoever won would still keep their job no matter what side they were on.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what Test won. And he was obviously in WCW.
It would have made more sense if they could have ran the Invasion and done the brand split along those paths, couldn't they? And that would have made more sense.
Well, the original idea was to have Raw as a WWF show and SmackDown as a WCW show and just keep them running at the same time for a couple of years. But obviously, then Booker T and Bob Bagwell had that WCW title match on Raw, which got booed out the building.
Because his man wasn't on the forklift truck, you see.
Probably. But mainly because the WWF crowd had been told for years that WCW was shite and not to bother with it. And here they are. Hey, here's WCW!
Yeah.
So what else were they going to do?
They taken the big WCW stars and made them their own. So Chris Jericho was now a WWF guy, wasn't he? And
exactly.
Eddie Guerrero was a WWF guy. And all those names, and all they were left with on WWE was Bagwell and Steiner and
So that basically made them totally scrap that plan at a moment's notice, and then just integrate WCW as a kind of as a separate invading entity to begin with. You'd have been better off just keeping them as 2 separate shows, and then slowly you could have added on the people whose contracts were running out with Time Warner, like your Goldberg and Hogan and Nash and Hall. And you could have, when the NWO came in 2002, that could have been part of an extended invasion angle.
Yeah,
WCW could have called up the NWO to destroy the WWF. That would have been amazing. But instead, it was just this kind of nostalgia kick. And it led to the Rock Hogan match at WrestleMania 18, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
But it didn't do anything after that.
No. A big waste of potential, really, wasn't it?
Kind of like Test. Was. Kind of like Test, yeah, getting back to the point.
That damn Test.
That damn Test.
Well, why does the Undertaker keep his tombstone with mothballs?
Is this a joke?
Did nobody see that? Nobody hear that quote?
No.
At the end of the match?
No.
Oh, well.
I missed this. Carry on.
and The Undertaker pulling that tombstone pile driver right out of mothballs, if you will.
Yeah, because he was doing the last ride, wasn't he? Because wasn't there...
It's last ride,
yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Wasn't there like the silent ban on the tombstone because, or like he was the only one allowed to do tombstones, pile drivers, because of the whole thing with the various neck injuries they've had over the years. So there's like a silent ban, wasn't there? So that's why he switched to the last ride, if I'm remembering that right.
I think what happened when he came back at Judgment Day, he tombstoned Triple H in the Iron Man match.
Yeah.
And I think Triple H went crying to Vince that he could have been hurt or whatever, and I think that's why they stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Crybaby.
Wow.
Crybaby. Well, speaking of Triple H being a crybaby.
Oh, sorry, before we move on, can I just, one last point on The Undertaker, can I just say he made the best point of doing his greatest un-American impression at the end of that match by celebrating with the American flag backwards.
Yes.
Yes, he does. Yeah, I thought that.
Well done, Taker.
It's like that infamous scene of the Great Khali holding up the WWE Championship upside down.
Yeah. Hey, so does Diana Hart, I found out, by the way.
Legends.
Back at Beware the Dog, she does. She holds it upside down. Next, we'll get on to the unsanctioned match.
I don't know if you realise, but this match is unsanctioned. I don't know if they made that point clear enough.
I'm going to sanction your match at SummerSlam. Officially, your match will never happen.
Shawn Michaels and the game, non-sanctioned. The following progress, non-sanctioned. It's scheduled for one fall. Match is not sanctioned by the WWE. Again, it's non-sanctioned.
Yeah, this is my only problem with the setup of this match. If it's unsanctioned, why are they given half an hour on a pay-per-view?
Also, why are they getting entrances? Why is there a referee?
Yeah, exactly. Why is there a referee? Why are they getting full entrances?
Why is this on the pay-per-view?
What is unsanctioned about this?
It's unsanctioned. They say it's unsanctioned.
Yeah, if Michaels and Triple H were shown off like in the car park having a fight like earlier on in the pay-per-view, and then out, in the cafeteria punching each other's lights out, about half an hour later in between all the matches, then you can kind of see that. But I suppose that would ruin the surprise of how Shawn Michaels can fight after 4 years out.
Yeah, 1,609 days ago was his last match.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, they say that.
The question was, can he go?
It was a cracking promo video, wasn't it? Though at the beginning.
Oh yes.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah. That was really good.
It's a great return. The betrayal, the bitterness, the jealousy.
Do we remember that stupid storyline?
Which one? Sorry.
I'll just run it quickly. I watched this at the time, and I remember thinking, Well, they have the big thing when Shawn Michaels comes back as the leader of the NWO, and that's just bombs. So they try and find something else for him to do, so they sort of bring him back to Raw with Shawn Michaels, and then with Triple H, and then they go in the ring and do the DX thing, and then Triple H pedigrees him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, you might have thought, oh, that's a great setup for SummerSlam, but for some reason they do a U-turn, and then they just make friends again.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, because Michaels get like his head pushed into the side of a car, doesn't it?
Yeah. So literally, they do a U-turn, and then they make friends again, and then obviously somebody mysterious puts his head through a windscreen, and
with that rubbish CCTV footage.
Yeah, and then Triple H is like, I'm going to find the guy who did this, Shawn. I love you, man, Shawn. I'm going to get revenge for you. And then, of course, who's it turn out to be? It's like the higher power thing all over again.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be Triple H.
By the way, who commits a crime wearing your own T-shirt? It's got to be...
Yeah, that's a little bit on the stupid side.
He should have worn Rikishi's T-shirt. That's what he should have done.
Yeah, he should have done. Because Rikishi's a hell of a driver.
Exactly.
Hall of Fame Rikishi, by the way.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer, yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Yeah, they've announced last night, it's Rikishi.
Or announced mid-afternoon if you're at the Usos Twitter.
I think they're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for this year's now, but never mind.
They got Macho in, didn't they, for crying out loud?
Yeah, well, that's your main... The last year it was Warrior. The year before that it was San Martino. This year's Savage.
At least Savage is already dead, so you don't have the whole awkwardness he dies the following day.
Yeah, well, let's hope not.
Thanks, thank you.
You come back to life the following day this year. If only he came back to life a day sooner, he could have got his induction, but no, he had to do it the day after.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus.
Shawn Michaels, I think it's vitally important the small details in this match. Yeah. Shawn Michaels is not in his usual attire.
No, he's jeans.
Jeans and a t-shirt, whereas Triple H comes out in full ring gear.
Do we think that it's weird that Triple H hasn't got a beard in this match?
Kind of.
Not really, no.
I thought it was weird. I thought he looked weird. I was like, Triple H without a beard doesn't look right.
I think he's Shawn Michaels' jeans are a damn sight better than them brown things he wears for the Elimination Chamber.
Oh yeah,
Survivor Series.
Oh, them brown chaps, aye. What's on Sean's t-shirt?
It's Philippine
religious quote, isn't it?
It's a passage from the Bible. Yeah, it's Philippians 4:13. Do we know what that says?
Nope.
I didn't do drugs.
Jesus Christ, boys! Did you not listen in Sunday school? I can do all of this through Him who gives me strength.
Great.
That's Triple H, no?
Amen. That's your religious corner for tonight. Thank you.
Do you know? It was at this point I realised what was wrong with the pay-per-view.
What's that?
The ramp was on the wrong side of the ring.
I didn't think of that. It was on the right-hand side, not the left.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's a point where they go up to the side of the ring, and I'm like, this looks weird. Why does this look weird? Oh, the ramp's on the wrong side of the arena.
So, it's not to the left of the camera.
Yes,
to the right. Right. I see. I never bothered me. Never bothered me.
It wasn't until that point I just kind of thought it's on the wrong side of the ring. What's going on here?
Never bothered me.
Never bothered. Oh, good. Well, we'll move on then.
Well, there we go.
Doesn't HBK sell really well?
Yes,
he does brilliantly. And this is what makes this match. I remember someone wrote into Power Slam once, and there's a spot in this match, and I can't remember which one, but someone wrote to Power Slam saying that looked like it absolutely tore Michaels apart completely. You know, proper leveled him. Was it a real shot? I think it's like chair shot or a ladder or something like that.
Is that when he gets busted open? When he gets
yeah
with a steel chair? It's brutal, isn't it?
Power Slam basically went, well, no, it would have been absolutely staged, but you probably just complimented them beyond all measure by saying you thought it was real, kind of thing. So
I had a question as well at this point. I wrote down, at what point when building a ring does a sledgehammer get used?
It's for
the ropes up. If you're getting the ropes in, is it?
Knocking the ring post into the ground.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, dong.
So that's why they have the sledgehammer and put it under the ring, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you explain a 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire then?
That's for that's
in case they get an invasion of sheep, they can
exactly.
They can get in the arena.
But in this match, Triple H does brilliantly because he goes after the back, obviously, which has been surgically repaired. JR does a fantastic job of putting across that that's a surgically repaired back, you know, and that's Michael's
JR's
weakest point.
JR mode in this match.
Yeah, he's absolutely pinnacle of his powers.
Right to the turnbuckles. Again, focusing on that back. How healed is the broken back? And you say, well, JR, it's been 4 years. For those of you that have ever had a broken back, I am told it never fully heals. You never get over it. And you damn sure don't get in the ring with an athlete like Triple H.
And, you know, Triple H is top of his heel game, so he's using every trick in the book.
I would also say, because you mentioned like why is there ref in the ring, but Earl Hebner, is it Earl or Dave Hebner? Whichever Hebner it is,
Earl.
He does such a good job. Like he's like shouting at Triple H, going, "What are you doing?" Like he's having like going for like
he
a lot of history, haven't
thing as well.
The referee's doing the whole thing of, no, stop it, you know, you've done enough, and surely this kid, but it's unsanctioned, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
JR's doing the whole thing of saying, Sean, you've come back, you've given it one chance, you've got no shame on you, give it a good go, but just say I quit now.
Yeah.
Just walk away, Sean. No one's going to think any less of you, son.
And he says like, Earl, just fast count him, just fast count him.
Yeah, just exactly. Get it over with.
I wish Shawn Michaels would just give it up here. Just give it up, Sean. You made us all proud. You came back. You did everything you could. Everything under God's Son you could do, you have done. Oh, look at this! Earl, you're overmatched, my friend. Earl Hebner's bowing right up to Triple H. I mean, he's getting right in Triple H's face. Well, I admire Earl Hebner's.
Telling you right now, knock it off!
A poor human being 4 years away from this carnage and combat. This is a sick human being, folks. Count him down, quick count him. Get it, oh no! Shawn, what are you doing? Shawn Michaels refusing to die. This is not smart. It may be his last match, but by God, he's not going to quit.
And that's why this was probably one of the best matches of that year.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, Triple H gets busted open, and Shawn Michaels just his nip up, and it's like, it just kicks into another gear then, doesn't it? when he has his comeback.
Backbreaker, he hits on the chair as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and he hits him with a shoe at one point.
He hits him with a boot, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets a boot and hits him with it. Just like that's how unsanctioned it is. They're using shoes.
Also, there's a bit where Triple H takes off Shawn Michaels' belt. It's a bit of sexiness.
Well, it is a bit saucy, isn't it?
It does get a little bit like that.
Speaking of saucy, the smile on Shawn Michaels' face when he gets the ladder out.
Yeah.
You just know he's rocking a fucking stoner at that point going, yes.
He just busts out the Shawn Michaels grin and it's like, oh my God, did we miss Shawn Michaels?
Yep.
I mean, it's absolutely incredible.
And then he hits that big elbow through the table on the outside.
Yes. It's like, what are you doing, sir?
It's like one of the biggest elbows you'll ever see in your life. Like the height he gets. It's just ridiculous.
It's not quite the height of the ladder he had in the match against Vince McMahon at the WrestleMania. There's a bit in the book. Euan was kind enough to give me a 30 Years of WrestleMania book for Christmas. And there's a bit in that where they interview Shawn Michaels about that match with Vince McMahon. And apparently there was like a 25-foot high ladder that they practiced with. And Shawn went to the top of it and said, "No, this is way too high. This is way too high. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Give me a 20-foot one." And they went, "Okay, Shawn, yeah. We'll give you a 20-foot one on the night. Don't worry about it, Shawn. Don't worry about it." When he gets up to do that final spot with Vince McMahon, he got to the top and went, "This is the 25-foot, isn't it?" But then realised that there's no turning back now.
Yeah,
he's going to go for it.
So he just goes for it.
Imagine though if he stopped, climbed down, took that ladder down, put it out to the ring, got the other one, put that back in the ring, set it up.
A smaller one and went, yeah.
There we go. That's better. Do that on that. Bye. Good finish as well with they do the swerves into the finishing moves.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really good in that sense. It's just, trade moves, equal contest. Genuinely that kind of thing of you're thinking Shawn's going to get carried out of this place on a stretcher.
Yeah.
And then but the only thing about it is that Shawn, I suppose it kind of led into what followed afterwards, but Shawn's not allowed to have his celebration.
No.
It's evil Triple H.
Triple H has to smack him with a sledgehammer to get his heat back, basically.
And then cripple him.
Yeah, but like that when Triple H walks out of the ring, he's got the smile on his face is such a good heel smile.
I've wrote down Triple H leaves his ring as the biggest dick in the world.
Yes. Which is the aim of the game, literally. Well, the game,
But, this is like a year after he came back from his quad injury.
Yeah, it's the year after he won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and he came back as like a massive heel because he got that big pop on the Raw. So obviously the plan was to make him as heelish as possible, as quickly as possible. So basically crippling Shawn Michaels on his way back into the ring. Like you can put a tick in that box. It's worked. He's back as being like the top heel of the company.
Oh yeah. And
also, you've got JR going mental as well.
I refuse to believe that after the most courageous victory that many of us have ever seen, that son of a bitch used that hammer. Oh, sir, he's hitting twice with a sledgehammer. My God almighty. Triple H is going to he's going to rot in hell for what he did here tonight.
Oh, he does go mental, doesn't he?
But it's fantastic for it. That damn test.
That damn test.
Now, so we'd agree that this is probably the best match of the night so far.
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
A hard one to follow as well.
Well, the finish was something different as well, wasn't it? I mean, the finish wasn't a finishing move, essentially.
No, it was a roll-up.
No.
Yeah, you sort of rolled him up because he reversed the pedigree. I remember watching that as a kid. I'll say a kid, I was about 21 at the time, and thinking, "Oh, this is amazing." I know it's fake, but you were pulling for Michael so much because you could suspend your disbelief in the rest of it.
But it's one of those matches where you get two guys who are so skilled that you get past all the it's all just a fake fight kind of thing that's in the back of your mind, and you genuinely let go.
Yeah,
and you're going along with it. And that's when wrestling is absolutely brilliant, and at its best for me, is when you finally decide, nah, I'm in this now, I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
And they take you there. It's the best feeling in the world.
I think that's what I've been talking about NXT with the Zayn and Neville program, because you literally just went with it. Because
exactly. And they were skilled enough to make you believe that and drop the whole thing of, it's two guys pretending to have a fight. You were involved in the story, involved in the build-up, involved in the match itself. And you went along, and you genuinely didn't know. I think the best skill part of the Neville Zayn title fight was the fact you kind of knew deep down that Zayn was going to win it.
Yeah.
But even then, there was moments at the end where you thought, is he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And you're thinking, yeah. That's brilliant.
My favourite bit at the end of the match is when Michaels kisses Earl Hebner.
Is that in a sexy way? Or?
Obviously, you can see he's chuffed he got through the match. That was the main thing. He got through the match, he delivered his match. And that was his little salute to Earl. Because them two were good friends in real life. So
all right.
It was quite a nice little touch. And then, like you've already said, it was a big gut. He didn't get his big celebratory moment for long, did he? But
no, he didn't.
He got it at Elimination Chamber. He had to wait.
Yeah, pretty much.
Survivor Series, technically.
Speaking of inappropriate kissing,
the
Fiend.
We have to talk about this.
Oh, what a lead up that was! I didn't even see that segue. Well done.
Thank you. The Fiend and Trish Stratus.
To make it up to you, I got a little surprise.
You do?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Hey, Trish.
Hey, don't kiss him.
You know, we might have something here. Because I'll tell you, it certainly is a dog-eat-dog world, isn't it? Especially when you've got the puppies.
Hey!
And I've got my wiener.
Oh, my God.
I want to vomit.
What does that mean?
Fink comes out and JR starts bashing the Fink, at which point I'm going, why is JR bashing the Fink? Because this is the Fink. Slightly disheveled looking Fink, but it's still the Fink.
Don't say that's another rapist in the Hall of Fame now.
Oh my God.
It's just, I don't understand what was going on. I've written down, I feel like I've gone insane.
Yeah.
When Lillian Garcia comes out and they beat him up the Fink, I'm like, what? This is how you follow that match.
On a similar note, Phil, I have written, why am I witnessing this?
Yeah, why? Why does Vince McMahon hate the Fink?
I went one bird and write anything down.
Well, there you go.
Hope for the best.
It was a terrible story, though.
Is it just to have like Lillian Garcia just slap Fink across the face? Like,
so. I understand you need something to kind of break up the end of that match before you get into the main event, but really,
he was there for.
This was how you do it. They just need to play the Brock training montage promo that comes next.
Yes.
Though I walk through the valley of the extreme, I fear not reprisals from my enemies, for I walk with the next big thing, Brock Lesnar.
Wasn't the Undisputed belt a really good looking belt?
It was nice.
Yeah, it was quite cool, actually.
I don't understand why they replaced it with the bling one. Obviously because that was seen as gimmick, but...
Because it was seen this whole thing about, customizing his cars and his bloody belts and...
the Undisputed belt was so good, and it's kind
of... Stupid children's clothes.
Go on, Cameron, let it all out.
Stupid merchandise.
Let it all out.
That after he's been there for about 15 fucking years and he can't apply a proper STF.
Let it go.
He's
It's
always...
a safe place. It's fine, Cam. It's a safe place.
He's always about 3 centimetres away from locking onto someone's chin, so it just looks like he's hugging them.
I would argue his STF is as bad as the Rock sharpshooter.
I was going to say, I'm sure we'll get onto shoddy submission moves very shortly.
Yeah. The Brock versus The Rock.
Yep. Rock.
Now, was this... How far away are we removed from Rock doing The Mummy?
Same year, I think. 2002.
So we started to have the Hollywood version of The Rock come through, yeah?
Yeah, because he's gone effectively by the next year, isn't he?
Yeah, but I didn't realise during this match, I did not remember the amount of people that are booing The Rock.
Oh,
there is a turn, isn't there?
He's done for 6 months after this match. I don't know what he films. Everyone know what he films after this match?
Second Scorpion? The second...
Is that what it is?
I think it was Scorpion King, wasn't it? Yeah, because he went straight from The Mummy to the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Because he had a kind of bit part in The Mummy, didn't he? But then he was the main guy.
Yeah, then fleshed the full character out.
But, I mean, it does feel like The Rock at this point. I don't know. It just feels like he's going through the motions. He's got enough charisma to kind of carry himself and to carry the match and everything.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
But you can kind of tell that, of the 2 people in the ring, one person wants it a hell of a lot more.
It's almost like he realises he's passing the torch, but he doesn't actually want to put any effort into it.
I mean, it's not a bad match.
No, it's not. I mean, the crowd are into Lesnar like nothing else.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
the crowd want Lesnar to win, definitely. For all of his, he is this is when Lesnar was the next big thing.
Yeah.
Let's not forget how he is the number 1 contender.
Yeah, he won King of the Ring.
Because he, in a rare turn, there actually said whoever wins King of the Ring gets a title shot, which is a change. So it's actually a point to winning King of the Ring.
He's won. Did Lesnar not win the Wait a minute, he won King of the Ring.
Yep.
He wins the world title here.
Yep.
Does he not? Was it 2003's Royal Rumble he won as
Yep.
well? So within a
Yep.
year, he's won pretty much everything going.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
it's like a massive push for someone straight away, really, isn't it?
How much of a complete monster of a push was Lesnar's first 12 months?
He was on a rocket to the moon.
Oh, totally.
But if you look at him and like he's working the ring, like he's selling in the ring,
Yeah.
you know, who else are you going to push to the top? If you're losing The Rock for however long it's going to be, you know, you got Shawn Michaels back, but he's not quite the same Shawn Michaels he was 4 years ago. You need that kind of big, powerful face at the top. He does kind of fit the mold, apart from the lack of talking.
Yeah, I mean, he's always got to have a mouthpiece with him. I think that's why they've always put him with Lesnar, which is a smart move.
Yeah, because Heyman's heel manager work in this is brilliant. Like all the things he's doing outside the ring, fantastic.
Oh yeah. There's a couple of moments where I've just put Heyman's face is wonderful.
Yes.
Heyman in general is wonderful.
He's wonderful.
Heyman he's just an absolute miracle worker usually, but you know, obviously some people there seems to be a sort of thing in the last couple of years where it's obviously been, if we stick him with Heyman, it'll be brilliant. Hence, you know, your Curtis Axel and your Cesaro.
The right back.
Doesn't quite work sometimes, but get him with the right guy.
Well, I think the problem with that was they paired him up with those guys straight after the Undertaker streak was broken.
Yeah.
And straight after Brock Lesnar goes off screen. So Heyman's job is to remind people that Lesnar exists. But in doing that, he can't have the time to put the other guys over.
Yeah, exactly.
Cesaro. Does anybody remember him being with Cesaro?
Yeah.
So many times.
I remember him doing promos with Cesaro in the ring on Raw, like April last year, going on about how he is the one behind the one in 21 and 1.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of going, but you're not stood in the ring with that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's sitting at home counting his money.
Yeah. They clearly knew what was going to happen at SummerSlam. You know, they're going to put the belt on Lesnar, so Heyman had to keep Lesnar in people's minds. But he did that at the cost of those other guys.
Yeah.
Which was a damn shame. Because like a Heyman guy stable would be awesome. Because, you know, there should be more stables in wrestling. I think that's a given.
So, yeah, it's a not a bad match. It's you kind of know the Rock's going to go.
Yeah, even after the bear hug.
Yeah, the bear hug with the chair shot, yeah.
But there's an awesome looking, there's some good suplexes in it. Heyman goes through a table because he's a brilliant worker.
Look at this! Paul Heyman driven through the damn table with a rock bottom on the promo floor, and Paul Heyman deserves every bit of it. Hallelujah! There is a God.
Did anyone else notice when they got outside the ring, Triple H's blood still on the outside of the mat?
Yes.
No one's bothered to clean it up yet. It's just like still on the floor.
He's got to be in the main event, hasn't he? He's got to be.
He's always got to be there. And then I think one of my favourite Rock moments was when Brock kicks out of the Rock bottom, and like to see Rock's face, like his confused face.
The eyes are all bugged out. He's like, what the fuck?
He can still sell things really well.
But have you noticed the crowd don't buy it at all? When he hits the rock bottom, there's no one in the crowd who thinks the match is over.
No, they're all booing him, aren't they? They're all booing everything he does.
Yeah, they're all totally booing. There's like when Lesnar pins him for the 1, 2, 3, the kind of major part of the crowd round the ring like stand up and cheer.
It does feel like a John Cena match from like the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think it was it was the start of the kind of hatred of The Rock for doing something else that's not wrestling.
Yeah, but that's how he kind of turned that into the Hollywood Rock persona, didn't he? Which worked really well.
It worked really well, but I can never understand the attitude behind that.
Because
I don't get when fans go, "Oh, he's trying something else that's not wrestling." Boo him!
The fear of abandonment.
Yeah, but there's this whole thing of like going, if you become famous as a wrestler, you have to stay being a wrestler. Sod that, you know. If you go on,
feed your family.
Yeah, because like of all the guys who were top, the only one who really stayed the whole time was Triple H.
As well.
What godsend that was, eh?
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well,
and maybe like the Big Show and Kurt Angle.
2003.
To be fair to Triple H, if he's booking NXT, then I'm happy for the future.
Yeah.
All right. Good point.
To be fair to the guy. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's I don't get this the kind of enclosed thing that the industry has sometimes, where if you're a wrestler, you cannot transcend anything else. You have to be. I don't mind.
You
if
have to be what the fans want you to be. That's the thing.
Exactly. And some wrestlers have gone and done terrible movies. Other ones have gone and done some really, really good ones. Although
No Holds Barred is a brilliant film.
Yes, it is.
Don't care what you say.
Never mind. I had it on VHS actually. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever going to top Roddy Piper in They Live, but never mind.
That's fair. I think.
Oh no, sorry. I've just come up with a second place.
Oh, go on.
Right, Roddy Piper in They Live.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant and the Princess Bride.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Good pick.
You forget about Andre.
But I think this crowd reaction is how we end up with Roman Reigns being booed when he wins the Royal Rumble.
Oh, that was hilarious.
It's the start to that path, isn't it? Of the crowd thinking that
it's the start of the whole thing. Yeah, that we are seeing these days when real life events start to influence the whole attitude towards whether you're a heel or a face. It's no longer the office kind of deciding that you are one or the other. It's kind of how people react to you and what you do in either your private life or any other project you end up doing. I mean, we discussed it a little bit earlier with the whole Edge thing. I mean, he had to change his character because of the whole Lita thing, because that got out and people knew.
Yeah,
it would. You could not have Edge coming down the ring, kind of smiling and giving it all the hey, and all this kind of stuff, when everyone knows that he was boffing Lita behind Matt's back and he was a bit of a love rat.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And he was just, he was a bit of a shagger. So but
wow.
He was. Not from personal experience. But what percentage of this podcast have seen Edge's penis?
I don't think I've seen it at all.
No,
put my hand down.
Hand down where?
Oh,
thank you very much.
But getting back to the Rock Brock.
So this is like the passing of the torch, isn't it? This is like the Attitude Era being passed on to is it Ruthless Aggression?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. This is the obvious, and they make a big thing about Lesnar being the youngest WWE Undisputed Champion.
Yeah.
Which, if you're going to be picky about it, when they describe him as the youngest Undisputed Champion, it's not a lot because it's only been going since Jericho won it. So, hey-oh. But yeah, world champion, the youngest one.
Yeah, and isn't it like by the next pay-per-view, Triple H is the world heavyweight champion because they brought that belt back?
Yeah, because Bischoff has just given him the title scot-free. They didn't even build that one to like a tournament or have a match for it.
Just gave it to him. But again, that feels like a good heelish move, That he gets the belt and celebrates like he's the big winner.
In the story, Stephanie signs Brock Lesnar exclusively to SmackDown. After he's won the title, so Bischoff's got no champion to appear on Raw, so he makes his own champion.
The champion floated, didn't he? Then they did specific champions for each one, But that we were talking about for the podcast, because I watched this pay-per-view, but then I kind of you can kind of skip forward a little bit and kind of see how things evolve.
Yep.
Because how you're kind of going through, the that kind of pre-Attitude Era pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I kind of went through that a while ago. I was trying to pinpoint the pay-per-view when Triple H went from being Hunter Hearst Helmsley to being Triple H.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, with the network, you can kind of see how those things evolve. From this pay-per-view, you get suddenly you've got the World Heavyweight belt, and then you're into the start of Evolution and that kind of things. That's one thing I really like about the network is you can kind of step back and look at how things evolve over the course of 2 years or so, and how the kind of characters kind of appear. You can kind of see how Rocky Maivia becomes The Rock.
You get the kind of prototype characters.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. That damn test.
That damn test. I'm finding that a lot at the moment, even with the 3 pay-per-views I've watched so far, I'm finding that a lot with Stone Cold at the moment.
You can kind of see him become from being the ringmaster to being
because
Stone Cold.
He's Stone Cold Steve Austin in '96, but he's not got the stunner.
No,
he's still doing $1 Million Dream, isn't he?
Yeah. It's only in King of the Ring he started using the stunner properly, and even then he doesn't use the kick to the gut to set it up. He just kind of picks people up, puts his shoulder by their jaw, and goes.
Yeah, and does it.
Drops. There's no kind of explosive kick to the gut, then spin, and then bang.
Yeah.
It's just literally.
It was DDP's idea, because DDP apparently has got his fingers all over wrestling history.
Oh, he has, yeah. DDP's the man.
So what do we think of that? So we thinking this match was a decent finish to the
it was a good finish to the show. The crowd got what they wanted. We've got the next sort of evolution of the WWE beginning here. Yeah.
But the most important question is, where does this fit in on the grid?
Not top.
No.
Can I just mention one spot we didn't cover? It's a bit pointless. It's a bit pointless, but I liked it. It's when they're both down and they're both double kip up at the same time.
Actually, I wrote that down as well. The double nip up.
I thought that was just really clever because it might have happened before, but I just don't recall seeing it before.
I don't remember that being used again.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool seeing it happen.
No, I agree with that.
It's not a heel thing to do, is it? It's not what the heel does. It's what Shawn Michaels always does. So you could tell they were pushing Lesnar towards the mistake of making him a face already.
Yeah, and seeing Lesnar do one as well, considering like his size.
Yeah,
yeah, without him exploding.
Yeah,
and then
it's fallen to bits.
Why don't you try a shooting star press?
Ooh, boom.
That may not end well for anybody, including his neck.
I'm trying to think what's on the league table at the moment. We've got WrestleMania 8 is still top, isn't it?
I'm frantically trying to open it.
New Japan was second, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'd call this third.
I'd say third.
What was third?
Something else.
King of the Ring, possibly, no?
Hang on, I'm going to try and open up the webpage without breaking everything.
I'll fill it up. I'll fill the time up with some ranting.
Please don't. I'm back.
Oh. I have a good story to tell, but I shall save it.
Okay.
I'll say a good story. It wasn't really good.
Well, Cameron, I just so happen to have the webpage open with the list on there of the pay-per-views.
All right. It's good you're prepared, Phil. It's good you're prepared.
And, third was Survivor Series 95.
Oh, okay.
No, it's better than that. Better than that.
It is. We're putting it second. Third, sorry.
Third.
Well, it would go second for me because I'm so New Japan, but there you go.
You're outvoted by the podcast. So that means that World War III 1995 is still the worst podcast pay-per-view of all time so far.
Well, WrestleMania 9's going, I'm telling you.
Oh, no. Does beg the obvious question, though, what is coming next?
Oh, whose pick is it?
I think it's Phil's.
Yes.
I think you're right.
It would indeed be my pick.
All right.
And if we're going to do, like, try and bottom out this list and find the worst podcast, or the worst, I keep saying podcast there, pay-per-view.
That's already happened. The podcast happening right now.
Yes, right now. Try and find the worst pay-per-view, then surely we have to go to the Lex Luger era of WWF.
Oh, no.
We have to go to the time when the Lex Express.
No.
Yokozuna.
No.
SummerSlam 1993.
SummerSlam 1993. Oh my holy God.
It's going to be terrible.
That time when Vince McMahon said, you know who's going to replace Hulk Hogan? Lex Luger.
Lex Luger.
And he put down his pen, sat back in his chair, and nodded to himself.
And just went, someone get me a bus.
We need a bus.
I'm just looking.
We'll call it the Lex Express.
That's because he even gave me his own song, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had his hero song. I like his hero song.
Well, I'm sure we'll have that all over the podcast, Al. Don't you worry about that.
But I'll just pre-warn you. I don't think the whole pay-per-view's that bad, actually, but we shall wait and see.
Well, we'll discuss that at the time, won't we? In next quarter, I believe it's going to be.
I don't think it's a car wreck, put it that way.
That, hopefully.
I personally am looking forward to Ludwig Borga versus Marty Jannetty.
Ludwig Borga. Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He was good, I liked him. He was good. But it's been nice. It's been nice podcasting again.
Yeah, it was really good.
Maybe we should do it again.
Yeah. Just more often.
Yeah, more often. Probably like once a month, like we originally planned.
Like I said, once a quarter is fine for me.
On a random side note, I've just noticed something on Facebook. I'm just going to read it verbatim. It's a list of matches.
Mm-hmm.
So AJ Styles against Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kota Ibushi against Tomoaki Honma, the Young Bucks versus Red Dragon versus Time Splitters, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, and Adrian Neville versus Finn Balor. All these happen tomorrow.
Wow.
What a great day wrestling.
I think Al just hung up when he heard the Japanese names.
I thought we were in Chinese, sorry.
Oh my God, wow.
Oh dear. Can I have a number 8 with fried rice and a side order of Tanahashi? Please.
On a side note, New Japan World is free this month.
Are they just copying whatever WWE do?
Yup.
It just sounds that way. It just sounds, they're having a free month. Okay, they'll do it for free as well.
Go to NewJapanWorld.com and sign up for your free month now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on the side order of Tanahashi. I'm sorry.
Can I have a number 9 with extra Nakamura, please? Cheers.
Can a Nakamura extra crispy, please?
Whatever you do in life, extra Nakamura is no bad thing.
Oh boy,
it's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, thank you, Cameron, for that.
No problem. It's all good.
Thank you, Euan, for that as well.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Al, for the casual racism.
I wouldn't do any such thing.
But you just did, but never mind.
Did, and it's recorded, and it's in the podcast. So we'll be back at some point this calendar year with SummerSlam.
No promises.
No promises. SummerSlam 1993, which I'm sure we'll all be looking forward to watch.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
go, Janetti, go!
Let's get the rest of the peace match as well in it.
God.
Oh, it hasn't all.
So if anybody has any thoughts about the podcast, put it on our Facebook page. Just search for the Conquistabores on Facebook.
Yes.
And on Tumblr, because Cameron's writing loads of words on Tumblr now.
There's probably about 1,500 to 2,000 words coming up. Probably, as I say, either tonight or tomorrow morning.
We'll get an ebook out of this. Guaranteed.
We will, yeah. We'll get an absolute ebook out of it.
Well,
it's going to be called Al's Casual Racism.
Yep. In the meantime,
WWF
also as well,
1996 to 1999, Al's Guide to Casual Racism. To be fair with Vince, he's not far off, is he?
Well, he's un-Americans and he's
Canadian. That counts as foreign, pal.
And he's indeed Japanese people and Muhammad Hassan. No, he loves it. He's not racist at all.
Not at all. And we'll be back. Hopefully, if you're not, forcibly removed from the air for the racism.
No.
At some point.
Hopefully not.
Bye then.
Bye.
Bye.
I like the high energy finish. That was good.
Yeah. we sort of blew the high spot with the racist Chinese food orders.
We just blew up with the side order of Tanahashi. I'm stuffed. I'm absolutely stuffed. Say I'm on the rebel, number 95.
That damn test!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Conquistadores have left the building.